similar figures. You can, right, Sean?
Same shape, but different like ratio or scale.
Okay, so same shape, you said, but different ratio or different scale or size. How about that? Okay, same shape, different size. Okay, and in order that to be the same shape, we talked about different types of ways to prove things are similar. Okay, one of them was, angle similarity. Okay, where two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of another triangle, then they're similar. So you can't just say two triangles are similar. The angles have to be congruent in order for the triangles to be similar. You also learned about, side similarity, in which all the sides are proportional, as in have the same ratio. And then you also learned about side, angle, side. Okay, so just some reminders there. All right, what's a ratio? Because we're going to talk about ratios a lot. What does a ratio look like?
It could be, 2 to 1, it could be a 3 to 2. It's like the side length. If you have two triangles, and their side lengths, like their angles are exactly the same, but their side lengths are different. So like one could be 3 times bigger, which would be a 3 to 1 ratio.
Okay.
And one could be like 5 to 1 bigger, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so that's what you're talking about there is the scale factor. Ratio is the 3 to 1, or we're going to talk about A to B. Okay, you could also do A to B. Okay, either one. Okay, your scale factor is the ratio of the sides, which is what he's talking about, like 3 to 1, 2 to 3, 1 to 4. All right, so I'm going to just throw up a couple of rectangles here, okay, and I'll put like this one's a 4 and this one's an 8, okay, so it's a rectangle, they're all right angles. Okay, I'm going to draw another rectangle. This time I'll make this one a 6 and this one a 12, okay, all right. So if I started out by asking, what's the ratio of the sides? What's the scale factor? So like he was talking about 3 to 1. Okay, well, in this case, what would it be? 2 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 2 to 1, 1 to 2. Anybody else? Ding, 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 ding. Okay, Santos is correct, 2 to 3. Now, those people that are saying 1 to 2, you're saying 4 to 8 is 1 to 2. But scale factor goes from one figure to the other figure, 4 to 6. So why is it 2 to 3?
Because if we divide 4 divided by 6, it will give 2 to 3.
Okay, so simplify 4 over 6 and you get 2 over 3. So remember, you have to go from one figure to another figure. You can't stay on the same figure. Okay? All right, so this side of the room, these 3 rows, okay, I want you to do 2 things. Find the perimeter of this top rectangle and then find the area of the top rectangle. This side of the room, I want you to find the perimeter of the bottom rectangle and the area of the bottom rectangle, because then what we're going to do is we're going to correlate the perimeters with scale factor and then do the same thing with area. Okay, it should take you like 10 seconds. Right. What's the perimeter of the smaller one?
24.
24. 2 8s, 2 4s adds up to 24. Okay, what's the area? 32. Okay, over here, what's the perimeter? 36. Okay, what's the area? 72. All right, so now, my question to this, what I'm leading up to is, in terms of perimeters, what's the ratio of the perimeters? What's the ratio of the perimeters? You said 2 to 3? How'd you get 2 to 3?
Because if you look at 12 goes into 36 3 times, and 12 goes into 2 times.
Okay, so he took 24 and 36, and he simplified that down to 2 over 3. Okay? So, what do you notice about the ratio of the sides and the ratio of the perimeters? They are the same. Okay? So that means, one thing that you have to understand, scale factor. Scale factor will be A to B. Okay? The ratio of perimeters will also be A to B. Okay, so it's going to be exactly the same. All right, so now we just got to figure out the ratio of areas. Okay, so can anyone see a relationship for areas? What's the ratio? We have a 32 and a 72. What's the ratio of the areas? Start by simplifying it, like you took 4/6 is 2/3, and you took 24/36 is 2/3. So what is 2 to 1? Anybody else? Somebody said that if you took 32 and divided by 72, it would simplify down to 4 to 9. Okay? Because if you divide by 8, divide by 8. So now the question is, how can you get 4 and 9 from 2 to 3? Double it? So 2 doubled is 4, 3 doubled is 9.
Like, what's it called? Square root of.
Square root.
Square.
Square.
All right, so square the 2, square the 3, and you get 4 and 9, or square root the 4, square root the 9, you get the 2 and the 3. All right, so that means that the ratio of the areas is a squared to b squared. Okay, so some of you were able to figure that out. Okay? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the idea of our ratios in order to find a missing area or a missing perimeter or possibly even a missing side length. Okay, by using the idea of a proportion, blank over blank equals blank over blank, where you cross multiply. I don't know if you remember doing all that. Okay, so in the example 1, let's start out with basic stuff. What's the ratio of the sides? What's the scale factor, basically, is my question. 2 to 3, I heard. Would you agree 8/12 is 2/3? All right, so then it asks, what's the ratio of the perimeters?
Same.
It's the exact same thing, so it's 2 to 3. Okay? Just stop for a second. All right, so now, based upon what we just talked about up here, we said the ratio of the sides is A to B, the ratio of the perimeters is A to B, the ratio of the areas is A squared to B squared. So you just said the ratio of the sides and the ratio of the perimeters was 2 to 3. What's the ratio of the areas? 4 to 9. Because all they're doing is squaring, squaring. That's it.
Good job.
Does that sound hard? Okay. All right, so for your formula quiz, okay, you need to know the 7 things on here. Okay, that's why I gave you this sheet to do for homework as opposed to, what?
We have to have it memorized?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so you'd have to be able to do 2 things. Write the formula and label the sides like with a D1, a B, an H, an S, whatever you're going to use. Okay? But some of them you probably came into class already knowing. And you've got 3 days to do it. I'm sure you can handle it. Okay? And you have these 3 things that you're going to need to know. So I'm going to do this. Ratio of perimeters equals blank. And you're going to say A to B. Ratio of areas equals blank. And you're going to write A squared to B squared. Okay? So essentially there's 10 things on the formula quiz. Questions with that?
Formula quiz is Monday?
Monday.
You're hitting us with 2 quizzes.
Go on and let's use these concepts in order to find missing values. Okay, example 2. 2 similar triangles with corresponding side lengths of 4 and 7. Find the ratio of the areas. You should have this done in like half a second. Harsh.
16 of 149.
16
16 is 249.
to 49 is absolutely correct. How'd you get that?
By making the square of the 4 and
That's it, okay? Because remember, this is your A, this is your B, and now the 16 becomes your A squared, the 49 becomes your B squared, okay? Now, the idea here is to use this in order to find the area of the larger triangle which you do not know. If drawing a picture helps, okay, think about it this way. It tells you that you have a side length of 4 and an area of 18, okay? Then you have a larger triangle with a side length of 7 and an unknown area. I got to figure out that area. Hint, 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 we have to use our ratios in order to do that. What are we going to do? It will be a decimal, to 3 decimal places if you got it right. What'd you get? What'd you get?
31.5.
Nope. Anybody else? Why are you
I
laughing?
just had it, I don't know what happened, but I just had it.
So, ideas. How are we going to figure out the area?
49. 16.
All right, so I told you earlier, we're going to use the idea of blank over blank equals blank over blank.
Cross
gotta-
multiply.
We're going to cross multiply. Christina said it was her favorite thing, so
Oh
we're going
my
to do that.
God.
So, I need to know what to put in the blanks.
18
okay.
over 4 and x over 7.
All right, so, and that's a common mistake is that people want to use the 4 and the 7. But we're talking about areas. And that's why the first thing they asked is, what's the ratio of the areas? So to help you out, your ratio, when you're doing areas, should be a squared over b squared equal to the area of figure A over the area of figure B. So now, using these, can you fill in, okay, what a squared is?
16.
What's b squared? What's the area of figure A? And the unknown area is what we're trying to find. Okay? Now you cross multiply and solve. Okay? But the biggest mistake people do is they do 4 over 7 is equal to 18 over A. Is that what you did and you got 31? Yeah. But because it's areas, you have to do square and square. Okay? And now you should get to 3 decimal places.
I have a question.
Okay. You can always check your 55.125 by plugging it back in. So if you were to do 18 divided by 55.125, hit enter, gives you a decimal, math, frac, it'll spit out 16 over 49. Okay? So if you ever wanted to check. So on this concept, we're just going the other way. So consider similar quadrilaterals. This time they give you the areas, and our goal is to find the ratio of the sides. And the reason why we're trying to find the ratio of the sides is so that we can use the ratio of the sides to find the missing side. Okay? So to kind of put this in perspective a little bit, okay? If you're ever trying to find an area, okay, you're going to do a squared over b squared equal to area of A over area of B. Okay? We already talked about that. If you're ever trying to find a perimeter, you're going to do A over B equals the perimeter of A over the perimeter of B. Okay? And if you're ever trying to find a missing side length, that means you're going to do A over B equal to A over B. And I know that sounds redundant, but like the A over B could be 8 and 12, and then the other A could be like 2 to blank. Okay? All right, so that's what you have to kind of keep in mind. All right, so they gave us the areas, 846 and 376. How can we use these to find the ratio of the sides? What do you want to do?
A over B gives you square root of 846 divided by square root of 376.
And what'd you get?
I'm not doing so.
Oh, you're not there yet. Okay. So in case you're not understanding what he's saying in terms of the math, he's taking 846 over 376. That's our A squared and our B squared. Okay, so how do you get an A and a B from an A squared and a B squared? So he said to take the square root of those. Okay, and if you take the square root of, 846 over 376. Hit enter, math frac, what do you get?
Three over two.
3 over 2? Anybody else? Ethan?
Three over two.
Oh, it's too bad there's two sitting up here. It's just too bad. You know, they're awful lonely. I think they want somebody to like play with them. Come on. 3 over 2? 3 over 2? So a couple different things you could do. You could type in exactly the square root of the fraction and then hit math frac. You get 3 over 2. So that's telling us that A equals 3, B equals 2. That's our ratio of the sides, which is also the ratio of the perimeters. Or you could have done 846 divided by 376, and I think you get 9 over 4, and then just recognize you gotta take square root to get 3 and 2. Okay? All right, go ahead.
So when I pressed, I did 846 divided by 326.
376,
Oh,
sorry,
that's where I got it.
yeah. Sorry, my 7 looks like a 2. Yeah, go ahead. Anybody else? Okay, so then, the second part, we gotta find the length of AD. They told us up at the top that, right here, they told us that HE is equal to 24. So if this is a 24, we're trying to find this. Well, anytime you're trying to find side lengths, we're gonna do the ratio equal to a ratio of A to B. So can somebody set up our proportion for us? And we need to start hearing from other people. Seems like we hear from the same people all the time. Lorena, any ideas?
Karina, you got it.
Vanessa? Bella? Bella's trying to hide behind Casper now. Huh?
Trying to find X.
Yes,
We're trying to find AD.
we're trying to find AD. It is cool.
Like if this was me, I would just do 24 over X.
Okay,
Or
20.
Actually, no, I lied. Sorry, I would do X over 24.
Okay, we'll switch that around then. Okay, so you're gonna go x over 24 equal to?
We're trying to find the area.
No, we're trying to find the length of a side.
Ooh, darn it. Then I would flip flop it and I'd do 24 over.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's like-
All right, so you want to go 24 over x.
Well, yeah, but no, like,
It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't matter.
I know. but-
What does matter is what you put on the other side now that you have the 24 over x.
Yeah, no.
So what goes with the 24?
I want to do 24 on the top.
What? So she says 24 over x equals 3 to 2. Would you agree with that?
I do not agree with that.
I do not agree with that either. It should be 2 to 3, because once you recognize that 2 is the smaller size, 3 is the bigger size,
That's what
okay?
I was trying to say.
The ratio of the sides, so here's the ratio of the sides equal to the actual sides. That's what I mean by A to B to A to B. Now cross multiply solve, tell me what you get.
So I was right?
X is equal to 36, 36. You able to get x is equal to 36, okay? Questions with that? So again, it's just making sure you understand, anytime you're trying to find an area, an area, you're gonna use the squared numbers. Anytime you're not gonna find an area, like a perimeter or side, use the non-squared numbers, okay? All right, so example 4, this will be our last one.
Cross multiply.
Okay? It says, the perimeter of triangle ABC is 16, the perimeter of DEF is 12. The area is 64 for ABC, and we don't know the area of the other one. So if I were to draw like two triangles, P equals 16, A equals 64. My other triangle, I got P equal to 12, area, I don't know, okay? So, there's a reason why they're giving us both perimeters. There's a reason. The reason that they're gonna either give you both areas or both perimeters is so that, or both sides, is so that you can find the scale factor. What's the scale factor? 3/4. You okay with 3/4? Now, it does say to go from triangle ABC to DEF. So are you okay with 3/4? How about we go 4/3? Okay, so that means A over B is equal to 4/3. If you're not sure how he got that, he did 16/12. Divide by 4, divide by 4. Okay? Now, we need to find the missing area. So what are we going to do? We're going to square. So we're going to do our A squared over B squared equal to area of A over area of B, which we don't know. So we're going to do what over what? 16/9, because we squared the 4 and squared the 3, equal to 64/x. Okay? Cross multiply solve. Tell me what you get. Should you get a number greater than 64 or less than 64? How about less? Well, because 12 is less than 16, so the area has to be less than 64. 36? 36? 36? 36. So therefore, area is equal to 36. Okay? Questions? All right, we'll stop there.